All right, buddy, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Day 4, people. We're on day 4 of the Serrano. We are going tomorrow. The goal is to eat the entire pod. All right, so if you aren't there, don't stress. This is about growing at your own pace. Okay, you don't have to hurt yourself. So a lot of people may find themselves, as each time we go to a hotter pepper, that 5 days is going to be a lot more challenging. Okay. Excuse me. So if you find yourself needing a little bit more time, there's no shame in that at all. I've said this before, but there are no rules where like you have to be here by a certain time period. Take your time. We're eating the Serrano. It's a capsicum annum. It is a 10,000 Scoville up to 25,000 Scoville, which is a substantial jump from the Fresno we had, which was 2,500 up to 10,000. Which was a little hotter than the jalapeno, which was just 2,000 up to 8. So we're going to eat 3/4 of this pepper today. Now tomorrow, we're shooting for the whole thing. Now, the point of doing this is, number one, it's fun. Peppers are great, but we're growing our tolerance. This is really kind of geared towards people who are just kind of saying, I really like to get into this. You don't need to hurt yourself. You don't need to eat something that's red and bumpy, pimply with a tail on it. We're going to start small and work our way up. Now, the best way to really gauge your growth and how your tolerance has grown is by taking notes and then going back and reading them and seeing how, you'll know, but it's more evident when you read notes. So you're going to write down if you prepped, what you prepped with, and you're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn that something works better for prep than others, but you only learn this stuff by trying it, experience. But you're going to write down what it tasted like, describe it as best you can. You're going to write down what the burn was like. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to read you some comments from yesterday's video. They're not all about tolerance, but there's some good comments. Number one is from Egg Stew. He said, Egg Stew says, while I don't eat them whole and raw, I probably use Serranos in a lot of my cooking and in fresh salsa. So I thought that was cool. It's a great pepper, versatile as can be. PK SK9HZ said, I still haven't received my warthog seeds. It's been over a month. I know this isn't about the Serrano, but I want to address this. For anybody else who's in the same boat that person's in, this is a seed giveaway from Matthew Arthur, and a lot of people sent their a self-addressed stamped envelope to him, and he's going to mail seeds out. He's already... it was probably a week ago that he told me this, but a week ago he had already mailed out over 400 packets of seeds, and he has over 600 people that requested them. Now, he doesn't have a pepper farm. He's a small grower. So he's going to provide seeds as he has them. The reason there was a delay at all, a lot of people, he sent out a bunch right away. Then there was a delay because more pods were growing, and as soon as they were mature enough, he dried them, de-seeded them, dried them, and sent those seeds off. He has more pods that are growing. But the reality is that he may not have enough pods or peppers to create the seeds necessary to meet the demand, people that sent him letters. If that's the case, he'll deliver them next year. And these are for free, so we got to kind of be understanding. It was a good thing that he did. It was the hottest pepper I've ever eaten in my life. Bar none, nothing else has even come close. And that's no joke. I never, something, I like watching videos that I'm in if I'm eating, like I'm burning my brother or Tad or, Big O or Big Al or anybody, David. I like watching those videos. I do not like watching videos of myself. That said, I've watched that video 3 times because I can't believe how hot it was. I keep going back to it. It's like, I can just tell by looking at myself. Just nothing ever hit like that. So this is an exciting thing. And what's really exciting is there are already people growing them from the first seeds that arrived. But in the next 2 or 3 years, there are going to be some wickedly exciting warthog crosses that are going to be out. And I can't wait for that. The next comment is from Tino's Adventure 9586. Says, hey John, I found that taking notes while eating a pepper, it actually helps me bring down the heat for some reason. It's the distraction. What you'll notice, if you've seen this, it's a funny thing to watch. I'll give you a great example. If you want to go watch it, it's a perfect example. Something happens a lot when people get overcome with heat. They start getting busy. Chili Chinglish. Go check out Chili Chinglish. He did a video of the Tube of Terror. And if you look at if you click on his videos, it's the Tube of Terror gone wrong. That's the one you want. Or the unedited version. I can't remember how it's titled. But when he eats the pepper, eats the peanuts, he starts to get it. It starts to hit him hard, and he starts smoothing out the tablecloth on the table and moving stuff around. It's to distract yourself. It's what's happening. So it is something that. So I wanted to read that because a lot of people may find that if you haven't, a lot of people are probably giggling because they're like, "Yeah, I do that. I've done it a lot. I've done it a lot." In videos, plenty of times. Okay, so here's one from Meneth. This is day 4 for them. You ready? Either my tolerance is up or the Serrano I had today wasn't as hot as the one yesterday. Hadn't done much in the way of prep. Heat, maybe a 3. Started 5 seconds after chewing, lasted only a few minutes. It was mostly on my tongue and insides of my lips. Flavor, I'm kind of happy. I'm adjusting to it, or the lower the heat, the less potent that soapy, grassy note taste is. Or is it just that the pepper was mild, or it's just that the pepper was milder all around? It could be, it's probably a combination. Number one, your tolerance, even if you just eat the same pepper 2 days in a row, you've moved the needle on your tolerance. That's true. So it's a combination of maybe a little bit lesser of pepper, but you're eating them every day. If you, this is day 4. That means, you know, eating peppers every day, even if it's a little, is going to move the needle. So keep that up. All right, here we go. Serrano, we're doing this together, you and me. I'm talking to you. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Okay, so that was a very, very typical Serrano. Typical burn. It's on my tongue, not my throat. It had a nice, Meneth interpreted the grassy, kind of soapy the same. I don't interpret it that way, but that's how they do it. It's okay with that. That's, you know, we're all seeing it through our own lens. But as I'm chewing that, I was thinking, let's see a show of hands. Who's heard that one in every 10, out of every 10 jalapenos, one is going to scorch you? Who's heard that? Let's see a show of hands. Perfect. Now, let's see another show of hands. Or we've all heard of the rogue jalapeno. Same thing, right? Let's see a show of hands. Who's heard of, out of every 10 Serranos you eat, one is going to be hotter than the rest. One's going to blow you away. Bueller, I've never heard that. I don't know if it's that we don't, like, I'm sure jalapenos get eaten raw way more than Serranos do. Not this week, because we have a lot of people eating Serranos, but you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's that, maybe that is the case with Serranos, we just gotta eat more of them. I've eaten a lot of Serranos. I've never had one that just knocked, I've never had one that was that blew me away like the rogue jalapeno does. All right, so hopefully you've written down kind of like what Meneth did. All right, how hot it was, where the burn was, what it tasted like, how long it lasted. Talked about prep, did the whole 9 yards. I'm excited to hear how you're doing, Meneth. So take good notes. Now, a couple things I want to talk about. All right, number one, tomorrow we are not going to eat. I wonder if yeah, you know what? We're going to. I just come up with a great idea. Tomorrow, we're eating the whole pepper because it's day 5 of the Serrano Trials. But tomorrow also is Chase the Heat's 8th birthday. This channel, you and me hanging out together, we're 8 years old tomorrow. And tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing a live stream. It's going to start at, I'll probably start at 7 p.m. Tucson time. I'm in Tucson. So 7 p.m. tomorrow night. I wonder if I can do that. It's either going to be 6 or 7. I'll be looking for it. And it's going to be a live stream. We'll do it for an hour or 2. But in that live stream, we're going to have a 1 hot minute. And I'm going to eat a Serrano. So if you want to join me for a really, really, very, very special 1 hot minute tomorrow night at our live stream. Let's do that. Isn't that crazy? The channel turns 8 years old tomorrow. In a way, it seems like I started it yesterday, you know, it really does. But in a way, it feels like I've just always been making videos forever. It's weird. We're going to wrap it up now, all right? So thank you I'm proud of all of you, but thank you for joining me today. Tomorrow, don't forget, join me tomorrow for a live stream. It's either going to be 6 or 7. Be looking for it in about that time frame. But it's going to be a very, very special live stream. We turn 8 years old, so please check that out. Join me tomorrow night. That'll be fun. In the description box, you're going to see a link for all the normal stuff, okay? Please check it out. Right here is my son, Johnny Scoville Jr. and the Lifeboat. Lifeboat is a really great channel about living purposefully. Most people walk around with their switches down. Turn your switch up. Check out the Lifeboat. And up on top, you're going to see Pepperology, which is a series of videos designed for new chili heads and people that are just starting out on their chili journey. A lot of very, very good information, what to do, what not to do, tips on how to build your tolerance, how to build a really big tolerance without really hurting yourself. Terminology, pods, is that the same as a pepper? The whole 9 yards. So please check that out. And the other thing on top are the 26 most brutal, bone-chilling challenges I've ever done. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.